Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm bringing you a deck that I feel like is still very strong, but I haven't seen too many people play it, and that's Thralls. Thralls is still one of the best decks in the meta, even after the nerfs that they received about 2 patches ago to Promising Future. He actually improved the win rate of the deck, because now people are not playing Promising Future, and instead we're playing Draklor Inquisitor, which I think actually ends up doing much better. Now, this version of the deck is a little bit more tech to deal with some of the mid-range and some of the like monkey stuff running around as well. Some of the, with the Kai'Sa stuff as well running around. So we are playing double Avalanche, which usually I'm not a big fan of. The rest of the deck is pretty much more or less the same though. Obviously you play your Thralls, your triple Harbinger, your triple Lissandra, right? These are all your great sources for getting Thralls, and you want to keep them in your early, in your mulligan. 2 Imagine Possibilities is always good if you advance all your Thralls. This deck now plays, instead of having just focusing on a single Thrall, you're trying to summon multiple of them at the same time and have multiple landmarks on the field. So Imagine Possibility feels even better. 3 Sisters stops so many things, including Kai'Sa, including like a big Illaoi with Overwhelm. It's just so flexible in this deck. Curator to advance your stuff, Timing Bottle to advance your stuff, Tyrant Keeper for some healing. 1 Quicksand is really there more for the Taliyah matchup, for the Kai'Sa matchup, but he also does help against the mirror. So ends up being really nice. We talked about Avalanche can hit monkeys, but it can also hit a lot of the stuff in the meta. So even Kai'Sa decks tend to summon a lot of units early on. So Avalanche is a great way to get rid of all their, to be able to get rid of their units, right? The Elder is the only one that really survives, but at least you're able to remove the spell shift from it to then set it up, for other stuff. Rabin, key card. This card is busted. 2 Riot Negation to play around some of the Shadow Owls decks running around there, and it gives you a lot of options as well for survivability. Like I said, Inquisitor ends up being a really good addition to this deck. It lets you summon all the Thralls that you're setting up, because you have Frozen Thrall, you have Lissandra, you have Harbinger Thralls. It lets you summon them quicker than you will otherwise. It's a threat that the opponent has to answer right away. Taliyah to copy the set Thralls. Sands of Times just shuts down opponent's attacks and gets you summon Thralls, and then 1 very nice is able to finish up, able to kill like Kai'Sa decks, right? And sets up for you to have a lethal attack on the next turn. I like the attack of 1 very nice. He ends up coming in clutch a lot more than you would expect. Again, the deck is pretty much the same, still same Thralls. People playing Thralls wrong though, right? Don't go all in on a single Thrall. You want to have multiple of them at a time. So either you're summoning the Landmark, the Harbinger, and the Lissandra, and summoning at least 2 of those, or you're copying your Thralls with Taliyah before you commit to like bringing them down to 0, because then you won't have a chance to copy them with Taliyah. Remember, the more Thralls you have, the better, right? Because we're no longer playing Promising Future, you're not focusing on a single landmark. Just keep that in mind as you play this deck. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the games coming up soon. As always, if you like the content, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOL videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Aphelios Diana. I think this is really good matchup for us because opponent is playing Wind and Light. So why does Wind and Light get punished by? Rabin. So we're gonna just play our early blockers and then look for the Rabin with the Time in a Bottle. Can potentially get multiple Thralls out really early. Okay, well, we don't even need to look for it, right? We don't even need to look for it. So now it's just a matter of getting our Thralls out as soon as possible, which we have a lot of ways to do so. So 2 Thralls might be enough, but the opponent could play Vengeance. So opponent could play Vengeance, which might make 2 Thralls not be enough. Sands of Times is really good. If you get Lissandra, that ends up working out. I kind of don't feel like attacking, to be honest.
We were peaceful once.
I kind of don't feel like attacking. I mean, we always have the Rabin, right? I just want to keep my blockers. I don't need to take any of these trades in case the opponent has something like Del Cascade. If they're playing Diana, it makes me feel like they kind of do. Makes me feel like they kind of do, right? Glimpse? Sure.
We will be free.
Let's start working on this, guys. Should I attack now, though? Maybe it has to be the Time in a Bottle, because this guy's always dying to the Rabin. So maybe it was Time in a Bottle. I guess if opponent starts like deleting my units, this is kind of annoying, right? This is kind of annoying because opponent gets value from Aphelios. Yeah, it's gonna get a lot of value from Aphelios, so that's the only annoying part. Because again, we lose all our units. Taliyah is really good. Taliyah is really good. I think it has to be Taliyah. We can copy our stuff. Okay. So now opponent just lets us copy the landmark for free. Am I supposed to... Honestly, let's say the opponent does the Wind and Light next turn, right? Which they have the mana because they have the Dust Petal. So they could do Dust Petal into Wind and Light. I feel like we still have decent blockers. And we also have Sense of Time to be able to punish the Wind and Light turn. So it might not be the Rabin needed. I think we can just save the Rabin for later. The way that he's playing it makes me think like he is gonna go for it. Yeah, the way that he's playing this makes me feel like he's gonna go for it. I said that he just gave up on the... Oh, never mind. He threw it away. He threw away the Dust Petal. He literally threw away the Dust Petal. This attack doesn't even matter to us. And again, we still have access to Rabin. So... What is this doing to us? Like, right now, he's best... The thing that's saving the opponent is the fact that we don't have any value, right?
Excuse me.
I guess we might as well just do it like this, but I kind of want that Taliyah to die. What if we just let Taliyah die? What if we just let Taliyah die, play Rabin, and then play the second Taliyah? That seems okay with me. The second Taliyah will copy this even more. So now we just go here. We can copy the Taliyah. Taliyah's gonna level up. Opponent loses the whole board. And we can copy the Thralls that have one left. Yeah. Problem is Aphelios. It's always Aphelios. Problem is always Aphelios. No Imagine Possibilities is also kind of awkward here. Imagine if we had Imagine Possibilities. You get the pun? Imagine if we had Imagine Possibilities. Like the game would be over. Because we could open attack with three. We could attack with 3 Thralls next time. Ruination is not even a thing, even if the opponent runs there, because we have access to Riot Negation. Opponent could be looking for those Equinoxes, right? But even with Equinox, I think we're still in a good spot, right? Graviton is really good for them. But I don't know if Graviton is enough. Because his answers are all slow speed. And we have 1 Riot Negation in our hand. And he's still losing all his blockers, except for Aphelios. What if we actually supposed to copy this throw? So that these 2 throws come out next turn, and then the 4th one comes out on our next attack turn. If we don't enjoy Imagine Possibilities, I actually think that's correct. I think it's correct to have this throw out on our next attack turn. That way we don't have to worry about, like, anything else. Oh, never mind. Never mind. We literally have enough mana for Imagine Possibilities and Riot Negation. Never mind. Why am I even thinking? Why am I even thinking? Why don't I just smirk? Why don't I just smirk? Opponent cannot even use the Graviton because we literally got Imagine Possibilities and open attack. So he can Graviton the poor Taliyah down to 5 mana. And now what? Now what? Yeah. Quickest surrender in the West. Quickest surrender in the West. Oh, that feels bad for the opponent. That feels a little bit bad for the opponent. So GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Twisted Fate Fizz, Bando City. So Bando City, ha ha ha. Rabin is really good. Magic Possibilities is really good, especially because we have two Harbinger Thralls. I think this hand is amazing. I think this is everything that I would want to look in this matchup. We even get Lissandra. So yeah, this hand is just amazing. Double Lissandra. Okay. So what? Harbinger Troll, Harbinger Trolls, Lissandra. We can keep the second Harbinger for later if we want to. Oh, is this just monkeys? So it's just monkeys. I said that they replaced Teemo with Fizz, which means that Rabin is even better than anything then, right? Like, how did they beat the level of Lissandra then? They need to win before we level up Lissandra, but now we have Inquisitor, which means that our chances of leveling up Lissandra are even bigger. So what we actually need to do is that we need to summon Lissandra, and we need to use the second Harbinger of Trolls to actually advance this. Because the sooner that we level up Lissandra, the sooner we win the game. Opponent has stolen 2 of my cards, but a lot of my cards are useless for them. I think that's right. I think that's right. I think the sooner we level up Lissandra, the sooner we win this game. So I'm gonna submit the second Harbinger of Trolls to actually, because it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter how many Trolls we have, as long as we level up Lissandra, and we can level up Lissandra as soon as our next attack turn, if we go like this. So we go like this, we can do the Inquisitor, and if the opponent has no way to kill the Inquisitor, then we're okay. Like, the best they can do for us here is go for Pandemonium. This. So they tapped out of a way to deal with this now. So this levels up Lissandra, because we can do Imagine Possibilities. Oh, is that enough? They get a lot of damage. They get a lot of damage, and this Marley did it now, right? So they get 4, 7, 9. 9 damage. Yeah, let's just do it now. Let's do it now, because the opponent should have a way to kill us here. None of the cards that they stole from us are enough to stop us. So we do go down to 4 though, but remember, we have Rabin, and we're gonna have 2 Trolls. And we have Lissandra, that's gonna be leveled up. So we have Rabins, and we have 2 Trolls. So we're able to heal back up. This is gonna die to the Rabin, which means that he's not a problem. Yeah. Because now the opponent, a lot of the opponent's skills, including the monkeys, are doing 0 damage to us. And this is why Trolls is such a good counter to monkeys. Like, Trolls is literally the best counter to monkeys. Just because of that. I'm even willing to attack with everything here. I'm even willing to attack with everything here because we're presenting lethal. So we're literally presenting lethal if the opponent doesn't do anything about these Trolls. So we might not even need the Rabin.
No fear. Credit denied.
We might not even need the Rabin. Opponent needs to have exactly like our Flash Freeze, our 3 sisters. To stop this. So it has to be our 3 sisters to stop this. And that means that they're using the 3 sisters to kill the Troll and not to actually stop Lissandra. I don't think there's any map that the opponent can do. Sands of Times, I guess? Yeah, there's the 3 sisters. So now we just play Rabin and opponent surrenders, right? Problem is we lose Lissandra. So we do lose the Lissandra this way, but we have a second one, so it's not a big deal. So do we care, since we have a second Lissandra? Opponent even does us the it's still the avalanche, right? Yep. 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 I know. That sucks. That sucks. We can do very nice. We can do Rabin. We have 3 sisters. Million ways that we can stop it. The Shun the Waters technically could kill the Lissandra. But through the Three Sisters, that's not gonna happen. Right? It's a nice attempt though. But we literally have all the answers that we need. It's a nice attempt. Let's just save our mana. If the opponent literally just plays the Pandemonium right here, we can just very nice. Oh no, opponent's just gonna go for it then. Freeze is probably safer, right? Freeze removes the most damage. I feel bad. I feel bad. Don't even need to Rabin yet. Yeah. The game's been over for a while, right? The moment that we leveled up Lissandra, the game was over. That's why I put so much value into leveling up the Lissandra right away. We just destroy monkeys. So, bye-bye monkeys. Thralls, beat. GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Leblanc Ashe. I think they kind of just lose this, no? I mean, how do they beat the Thralls just all coming down at once? Three Sisters is not that great, so I guess we have one not so amazing card. Oh wow, yeah, this is nuts. We have Taliyah, we have the Many Possibilities, we have the Curator to start working on that Thrall right here. So we're gonna get 2 Thralls out. We even get the Rabin now. So this is 5. By the time that we summon Taliyah, we can get this duplicated right when it's about to trigger. Let's go ahead and attack right now. I guess opponent could have had LeBlanc, but I don't want to give him the reputation trigger.
Time to make an appearance.
I don't want to give him the reputation trigger. We can clear a whole board with Rabin and then have Taliyah and then also have enough mana for 1 Imagine Possibilities. This is nuts.
One arrow.
He's gonna have to have Trollshan here. He's gonna have to have Trollshan here. Yeah, there you go. You can't let her get damage. Because if you let her get damage, you just lose the game. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna duplicate it with Taliyah. And be able to summon it on the next turn, right? Because of the Imagine Possibilities. A little bit problematic though, that the opponent will be able to freeze one of them and could have the Calling Strike. We have access to the freeze, so that's pretty nice. This is gonna level up Lissandra in 1 shot. Imagine if we could have summoned it this turn. It would have been so good. Like if we could have summoned that this turn, it would have been absolutely disgusting. What if it's Lissandra? But then we tap out of the freeze. I really like the idea of having the 3 Sisters available for us. So I feel like I want to have the 3 Sisters available. And what if we just block with Taliyah? No, Taliyah's gonna level up. She's too much of a threat. Too much of a threat. Do we actually stop this? Do we actually do anything here? Or is it just Lissandra? I think it's just Lissandra. This goes down to 2, so it's still fine. We just Lissandra here. Taliyah levels up. We're still attacking with 2 big other ones. All we have to do is just open attack. Opponent only has enough mana for 1 Calling Strike. It doesn't have enough mana to kill both Thralls. And there is a ton of damage, right? And then we have the 3 Sisters as a backup to protect anything that we might do. And we can search for something else here. Like another Rabin would be perfect. Or another 3 Sisters. Or very nice. There's a lot of ways I could do this. Very nice is kind of like a completely be safe type of thing. Kind of like the very nice. It really makes me feel safe. Opponent gets the Crystal Arrow, which means that we always have to open attack. Opponent could have another Flash Freeze, but he only has 4 cards. That's the Brittle still. That's why it's important for them to get this one low enough. Still goes down to 6. Okay, goes down to 8. Because we have the 3 sisters and we have another Thrall coming in, he shouldn't have a way to... He should actually block with LeBlanc though, to be honest. So he should actually block with LeBlanc. Let's just do this so we push 1 more damage, I guess. Actually, we push more damage because Taliyah also does 2 more damage with the Threat Valley. Because Ashe is a problem. But Ashe is not that big of a problem, right? Because she's gonna just die to the Ice Shard next turn. And again, we still have Very Nice as well. We're gonna have the Troll. So if the opponent commits the Crystal Arrow here, we can respond with the Ice Shard. So we can respond with the Ice Shard here, and then we're still at 18 health. We also still at 18 health, which is kind of crazy to me. Do we even commit the Ice Shard right now? Sure. I like committing it right now. Forcing the opponent to have another Ashe. That way we also don't get frozen by another Ashe, and we also kind of play a little bit around Reckoning. We have Very Nice. When someone's a second Ashe, doesn't have enough mana for Reckoning. Doesn't have any 5 attack unit that can Reckoning right now. So as long as we're Very Nice, we should be okay. Cool Reckoning right now, but he gets hit by the freeze, okay? And then we just go Very Nice and we win the game. Calling Strike here. Fair. Still need to deal with like Lissandra, a Thrall, and a Taliyah. So still needs to deal with Lissandra, a Thrall, and a Taliyah. And I think the opponent just realized that, yeah. I think that's why the Very Nice was a good pick, because he also removes all their blockers and sets him up to just loosen the open attack. So, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going into the mirrors. So, Thralls versus Thralls. I guess other people are realizing that this deck is still very good. Not good, very good, very good, very good. I think the Magic Possibilities is actually kind of good in this matchup. It could let me get my Thralls a turn earlier than the opponent. So we can go Harbinger Thralls, Lissandra, and still have the 1 mana that we can save. Opponent's obviously ahead of us by 1. So even more reason why the Magic Possibilities is good, because we can match them Thrall for Thrall, right? We're going to be able to copy it with Taliyah. Okay, well, opponent's going to be really ahead of me then, right? So he's going to have 1 Thrall that's going to be really ahead of me. I wonder if it's correct not to have done that, because now we give him space for our Taliyah to just double that up. This is good, because we can Entomb his stuff. So we can now Entomb his stuff. Still has to be Taliyah. Unfortunately, okay, well, we get Flash Freeze. That's all that matters. If the opponent commits to just a single Thrall, then that's actually good for us. If he's not copying this. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. I think that's the worst thing that you can do as a Thrall player. Just going all in for a single Thrall is not good enough. It's not good enough. Wow. Wow. I'm actually shook. Single Thrall is much better than anything else that the opponent could have done to us. So this is, we can bring this down to 3. Copy it with Taliyah. And then have Lissandra for later. I'm willing to go to just 2 Thralls. Opponent's down to no Thralls at the moment. We're gonna have 2 of them. Well, I say that and they just got that one. Is it just Lissandra instead? Maybe it's just Lissandra instead, so that we have a bunch of blockers and we can start working on the Thrall from Lissandra. Maybe this is correct, because we can still copy this next turn with Taliyah. What we just need to do is just not commit anything. None of these cards are useful anymore. So I want to skip for more 3 Sisters. We might have to... We're going to have to do this. We're gonna have to do this now. We're gonna have to do this now. We're gonna have to do this now because we're gonna need a blocker for his Thralls. And we're gonna Tavern Keeper. We're gonna need to have a blocker for his Thralls. We can copy this one instead now, right? So we get to summon one Thralls. We get to copy the other one, but we need to lose some board space. Otherwise, the Taliyah becomes a little bit awkward. Opponent should be looking to open here. So opponent should definitely be looking to open here, which means that we can just get so much value. Because now Rabin also kills his units. He could have the freeze here, Sands of Times. So this is 5, so we do have enough to do Entomb, right? I mean, sorry, Fear of the North. So we have enough to do the Fear of the North here. Still kill his one Thrall, keep our one Thrall alive. And then next time we hit him with 3 Thralls. Opponent could have the freeze right here, but then that means he's committing his first 3 sisters. There we go. Okay, that's actually so much good value, because he can also do the... Wow, that's actually such good value by them. Because now they can do the thing that he just got, right? From the Sands of Times. And we go right back to square 0. Or to square 1. Because he can trigger this with the Inquisitor. So now we're back to 3 Thralls versus 3 Thralls. Ooh, that's actually good. Because now if opponent has freeze or has their own second Sands of Times, we actually lose the trade. So we actually lose the trade here. Opponent also has a good blocker with this one. Why not block with the 8-5? Yeah, I was gonna say, you just block here. I can't play around it. If the opponent has another Sands of Times or in 3 Sisters, so he gets the freeze. Yeah, I can't play around it, unfortunately. Right? So I have to just go for it. They have it, they have it. They have it, they have it. And they get Lissandra on top of it. So I really needed my utility. I really need my utility. I thought we were ahead, but this Draglord has put a lot of value, and he got so much value last turn with that curve that he had. Are we surviving enough for like another Thrall to ever matter? I don't think another Thrall is ever gonna matter. I don't think summoning another Frozen Thrall is ever gonna matter. I should have actually also summoned the Rabin so that Taliyah will level up. Oh, I guess actually I should have gone for it, huh? Sure? We lose Lissandra, opponent loses the whole board. Oh, not the whole board, because again, because we didn't level up the Taliyah. Is the Inquisitor... Do we have to kill the Inquisitor at this point? Do we have to kill the Inquisitor at this point? I guess if the opponent has any way to stop us. Entomb. That's exactly lethal. Ooh. Yeah, that ended up being a little bit unlucky there. That Inquisitor put a lot of value for him when we didn't get ours. I thought we had it. Honestly, I'm surprised that we didn't, but the trades that he took ended up working out for well. The freezes, etc. So, GG's. So, we get the rematch of Aphelios Diana. Rabin is all we're looking for. Sands of Times is really great. Tavern Keeper probably not that great. Maybe we want to go early value, though. Like, Inquisitor can be good, but I definitely think I want to keep the Rabin. But we want that Thrall early, and we get the Frozen Thrall. We get the Frozen Thrall, we get Lissandra. We get a Rabin. I think Rabin is very important. Avalanche is also just as important too. So this is a good hand. A good hand because we can summon 2 Thralls, right? We'll have 2 Thralls that are ticking down. 2 Thralls that are ticking down. Imagine Possibilities is kind of nice as well. So that's gonna pog. But Seals Lissandra, Sky Shadows. Sky Shadows. Whoa. Well, he gives us a reason to use the Tavern Keeper at least, right? Gives us a reason to use the Tavern Keeper. Double
Nature's path,
Rabin.
yet I remain.
Double Rabin is nasty. Double Rabin is nasty. We can Avalanche, by the way, next turn. Triple Rabin is a little bit too much. Triple Rabin might be a little bit too much. So opponent has a Nightfall card in their hand. We just don't know what it is just yet. We could technically Rabin into Imagine Possibilities. That could be a way to punish the opponent.
With every step, 2 steps.
You know what? Let's just do this now. And then we kill Aphelios with the Rabin next turn. This way we don't take any damage here. Okay. Wow. Hell Cascade. I think I take that. I think I take that. Especially because we have the Tavern Keeper to heal up. So this is 7. And we have triple Rabin. So any of the damage that the opponent does here doesn't matter to me. We might have to Tavern Keeper the Lissandra so that she doesn't die though, to be honest. I have to just Tavern Keeper the Lissandra. But she's going to be very vulnerable here. When I could get the second Aphelios, but then... The second Aphelios gives him a lot of value. He still has one moon weapon he hasn't used yet. Slowly we'll take down to our landmarks, but I need Taliyah. I think I need Taliyah because I don't think 2 Thralls is going to be enough. Or Riot Negation. Taliyah and Riot Negation are both really good. I do like the idea of healing the Lissandra. I like the idea of healing the Lissandra because if Lissandra levels up, it's also a lot of value. No need to do it just yet because the opponent started with the Spacey Sketcher.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty
Remember, we have Sands of Times, right? So we can actually stop his attack. Yeah, and then he gets the Aphelios. So here's the problem.
stronger your shadow.
Opponent probably has the Calibrum, right? So if he has the Calibrum, I want him to use all his mana first.
A crescent path opens before us.
Because I kind of just like the Sands of Times. Opponent shouldn't attack. Yaps. Smart, smart, smart. He could have had the Equinox. Why don't we just take it slow?
Sun this, moon that. Adults are boring, but they're pretty to paint.
Why if we just take it slow? The Inquisitor is good. I kind of want to just clear his board so that we play around Wind and Light. Kind of just want to clear his board so we play around Wind and Light. I definitely think I want to heal the Lissandra this turn. So we're going to commit the Tavern Keeper, even though the Tavern Keeper is going to probably die to a Calibrum. But the reason that I committed this first is so that if the opponent uses something else, they won't get a Moon Weapon this time because they still have the Moon Weapon in their hand. So they still have the one Moon Weapon in their hand. So if they commit any other spell, they won't be able to cycle. Unless they just go here, right? You know what? Let's do it. I think it's more important to keep the Lissandra alive. I think it's more important to keep the Lissandra alive. This guy's gonna die to the Calibrum, giving the opponent a chance to cycle. Still clears his whole board except for Aphelios, keeps our Lissandra alive. We have 2 Thralls coming up soon. We have Sands of Time still. And we're okay. The scariest part here is the Equinox. So the fact that the opponent hasn't used anything yet tells me they potentially have Equinox. Avalanche kills Aphelios. How much can I stall though? How much can I stall before the opponent just starts getting too much value? This is second Aphelios.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Still good with Sands of Time, still good with Avalanche. Is it just the Avalanche? Is this just the Avalanche turn right here? This attack doesn't scare me whatsoever, so I don't think it is the Avalanche turn. I think we let him go all in. He discarded Calibrum, he discarded Dust Petal. We have another Rabin. Alright, I'm done with the Avalanche now. Opponent has a full board, I'm done with the Avalanche. So that's one of the spaces sketchy. We still haven't seen two of the other ones. Pale? Double Pale? So double Pale into Rabin, even if we lose the Lissandra. Still could have the Equinox, which is the scariest part here. I mean, we can wait. Considering the fact that... Okay, still has access to Equinox. Still has access to Equinox, but I think I gotta do it now. We know he has access to the Equinox. Or potentially, right? We haven't seen... Ooh. 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 Oh, that hurts me. That hurts me to see. That actually hurt me to see. I couldn't believe that. I actually cannot believe that. What if we summon another Thrall? How crazy is that? We could actually summon another... No, we don't. We have 11. I thought we had 12. I thought we had 12. We only had 11. Yeah, Rabin is so good in this matchup, so GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Yuumi Illaoi. Ah. So we unfortunately have to mulligan everything away. You do want to have at least one Thrall to start the game with. We end up with 2, that's even better. Remember, with Thralls, you don't want to just shoot all your Thralls just at once. You do want to be able to have like multiple of them, right? So it is good that we end up with a second one. Now, the rest of our hand could be a little bit more awkward though. We're probably gonna, so Rabin will be nice. We're probably gonna calm down this one. We're probably gonna calm down this one so that our Thralls can like go a little bit more value, right, at a time. Wow, so that's what the opponent's trying to do. Very nice can actually punish him eventually, by the way. So unfortunately, the Inquisitor is gonna just die, right? So Inquisitor just really dies to. So what if he's actually imagining possibilities? What if he's actually imagining possibilities? Understanding that Inquisitor just dies to too many things, right? So the imagined possibilities can at least let me discount my Thralls. I really want to block here, but this is going to continue growing every turn. So obviously the very nice is going to punish it because we can just obliterate the Yuumi. I just don't know if that's enough. Just don't know if that's enough. Because we don't have enough mana for very nice for next turn, right? Don't want to advance it twice just yet. There's still a potential that we draw into Taliyah. Yeah, so we're just gonna obliterate that. So we're gonna obliterate that tentacle. Opponent doesn't really have any other value. So opponent doesn't really have any other value if we obliterate that tentacle with the Intune. Because the Yuumi gets obliterated from it. And then we get to summon a Thrall next turn. So we can Intune this right here. Opponent loses the Yuumi. Doesn't have any way to stop this. The problem is that they still get the big tentacle, right? They still get the big tentacle. That's one of the ways that you get rid of attached units. Actually, it's the only way is to obliterate the unit that they're attached to. So that's why you saw that Yuumi just blip away. Commando? Remember, we do have the Blighted Rabin, right? So Blighted Rabin will be able to just completely obliterate, kill all the units that he has. And on top of that, we can do all of this and still have mana for Very Nice next turn. And this is where Very Nice comes really clutch. Opponent didn't even block. So opponent didn't even block because they wanted to get greedy. Right? Oh, they're gonna get so punished by this Very Nice. They're gonna get so punished by this Very Nice. I wonder how this works. Is it just 2 separate tentacles then? Yes, it is. That's what I thought. Because we can just take this damage. You know? Because it's not a big deal. And this only gives this one Overwhelm. And they still die. If the opponent gets greedy and we just bury nice, Tentacle Smash gets punished by Three Sisters. So I think we got there. I think we got there, regardless of what the opponent might have in their hand.
I'm ready to play, pop, and knock over some
Yeah. I guess here's the question. What if it's actually just the Three Sisters and not the Very Nice? Like, what if it's just the Three Sisters? The Flash Freeze, sorry. Because the Flash Freeze still kills this. Right? So we go like this, kill both his units. And we still have Very Nice if we need to for later. He went into this one, by the way, because this one got frozen. So his strongest unit was that Tentacle. Oh, that's so unfortunate, right? So the Tentacle works that it goes to the strongest unit, the Iron Akaboros. So the spawn always goes into the strongest unit. So by the opponent doing it that way, they actually didn't have it. That kind of sucks. Because he ended up buffing the wrong Tentacle. So a little bit of a meme deck that we went against. And we just had too many answers to his stuff, so GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. I think we had some really fun ones. Unfortunately, I was playing really late at night on the European server, so we ended up not running into a lot of like different decks out there. So apologies for the lack of mixture and some of the meme decks that you saw in this video. But I still think that we hit a good variety of decks that kind of showcase the power of Thralls and still how strong this deck can be and how strong Rabin can be, as you saw from the multiple matches where Rabin just straight up just wins the game. In terms of mulligan, you obviously just want to keep your Thralls, right? So Frozen Thrall, Harbinger, and Lissandra. You're gonna hard mulligan for all this for these cards if you don't have any of them in your hand. If you have, let's say, Frozen Thrall in your hand, you still probably want to mulligan for at least a second one. Again, you win by having multiple Thralls. You don't win by just having a single Thrall. So you always want to have at least two of these cards. So Frozen Thrall, Harbinger, or Lissandra to really get going. Everything else you can really just kick, because it's not going to be as necessary. The only card that I sometimes don't kick is Blighted Rabin. If I know that I have a really good matchup where Blighted Rabin can win me the game. Like think about like Aphelios PNC, right? Or even the Aphelios Shadow Owl decks that you just saw us beating. Rabin ends up just clearing their board and ends up being really good for that. But aside from that, just hard mulligan for your Thralls and kind of go from there. And that's all it is to playing this deck. As always, if you like the content, please make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream 3 to 4 times a week. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.